Welcome class, this is the week 4 material. We're now going to talk about some aggregate calculations as well as manipulating some of the existing data in some average functions, some min functions, max functions, and some others. So I'm going to use my week 3 database. Make sure here, I'm in my window, I've got to change to the week 3 of course to make sure I'm on week 3. We'll just do a quick select star from employee. We'll execute that. Okay, I've got a populated table, which is what I want to make sure I've got the right information. And I'm going to go ahead and create the join now. So I'm going to join job title on job title dot EEO classification equals employee dot EEO classification. So I've created my standard join so I can bring back all my data. And I'll bring back all the employee data, dot star, comma, and all my job title data. Okay. Put a character line to make it look a little cleaner. Now if I execute that, I should get the same data here, the first part, but on the second part, I have all the EEO classification information. I've joined the tables, now I've got one statement coming back. Now that I've got a good statement, I can use fields from any of the two tables to do what I want to do with it. So if I want to look at the, let's say the largest area code or the maximum value, I can type a quick statement here and say max employee dot telephone area code. Now if I run this, I should get back, assuming I didn't make any typos, the largest number in that field. So I use the largest number in the area code field. And to do a min, which is the smallest number, I can use a min function. And it's the same type of structure, same syntax. Look at that. Now I can do both and do max. Click the wrong place. I can also do max of the same field and show them all at one time. As well as if I want to be really cool, I can show the average number, an AVG function. So I've got 3 fields, a min, a max, and an average. I'll run that. Varchar is not, okay. So I've got a typo here somewhere. Min, max. Like you folks, I too have problems with my type of my code, and sometimes I've got to figure out what I've done wrong to make it work. So we're going to try a couple ways of commenting pieces of the code out and really see what's going on, see where my error is. It's a little bit of diagnostics. Some of you have already had to struggle with this probably in your assignments. And even us, people who do it all the time, often have problems with certain lines of code. We want to see what the consequence is. So I'm going to make these green. They're commented out. I'm only going to run the min again. Okay. So the min worked just fine. Min and max. Min and max works just fine. Let's try the average now and see what happens. The average is my problem. So it says, my error message says, data type nvarchar is invalid for the average operator. So that's telling me that this field, telephone area code, is not a number, but in fact a varchar. And a varchar is not valid with an AVG operator. Well, let's check my table structure. I'll look in my week 3 database, tables, look at my employee table, look at my columns, expand it. Sure enough, that's an nvarchar. So my error message told me exactly what was going on. It said, hey, your operator of data type nvarchar is invalid for average operator. So I went and verified that in fact that field is a nvarchar, and I'm using an AVG function. I can't use an AVG function on a varchar. Now in salary, which is a number or money, you can use that function. Here's an example of a high and a low. Now if I want to show them by a group, I can then add the group by like we did last week and add a field to group by. Let's group by job title, my job title table dot EEO classification. And I'm also going to show the job title dot EEO1 classification. So I can see what I'm grouping them by. I'll put a comma in front so I have my syntax right. Look, And I can also put, so you can see my 1 through 9, my EO classifications. I've got these fields. Now we know there's actually more than 9 employees, so I could add a count in here to see how many of each type we have. It's just optional. So you can see I've got 3 of code 3. Here's the min, here's the max. I know in your assignment you've got to do min and max of the salaries based on EEO or exempt, non-exempt. So it's kind of a variation of this statement, but this is the general statement you'll want to use to get that data. So that's kind of the min, the max, the average. Of course, you have to use an integer or a money for average, some number data type. We've done the aggregations of the min, max, the average of a field. Now let's talk about the update statement, which is one you're going to have to write. And we're going to update a field. I'm going to update the city, or update the table called employee. I'm going to set city equal to, we'll say I'm currently in Miami, Oklahoma, not the sunny place. And we'll say where city equals, I'm not going to change all of them, I'm just going to change one of them. Now I'm going to go ahead and find one right now, so to select star from employee, because I want to see what cities are available first. 5. Okay, so I've got Ramona. So I'm going to go ahead and say where this is Ramona. So in this case, I'm only going to replace the Ramonas with Miami or Miamis. I'll run that statement. It says 1 row has been affected. I'm going to check my employee, and the record that was before was Ramona is now Miami. If I didn't put this line in there, watch what happens. I update all of the records, so now everybody lives in Miami. So that's a caution to be careful of. The other thing is a delete statement. I'm going to go ahead and run a delete statement, and I'm going to delete we're going to delete the employee table. Now I want to put a where clause. If I don't put a where clause, it's going to delete every record in the table. So we'll put a where clause where last name equals Edelman. Okay, I'll go ahead and delete this person. There we go. So we've done a delete, we've done updates and updates with where clauses, and we've also done the aggregate functions and grouping them by a particular field. In the example that I use the EO classification number. Now in your assignment is different, and I urge you to carefully read the assignment and submit the files exactly as they say to be submitted in the assignment. Don't submit just one file for everything. You should only be submitting 3 files, and then the database backup, and then the original, then the certificate of originality. And that really is the week 4 assignment. Thank you.